Hi, good evening all. In this video, we're going to break down the Tage Thompson season and try to make sense of why he got the big deal. Coming up. I know in a nutshell, it's the 38 goals, of course, but I'm sure they've looked at everything. There's numbers they had to look at before making, you're making a decision for $50 million. It's a big decision. So I broke down his season in segments. We're going to look at it, break it down, talk about it, and break down some facts and myths of what really happened this season. So let's jump into this right away. Now, I got down his first 20 games, his next, then 21 to 40. 20 game segments, 0 to 20, 21 to 40, 41 to 60, and 61 to 78 because he played 78 games. So this isn't necessarily the 78th game of the season. This is actually the 82nd game of the season, but I'm going just by his numbers and what they're looking at, okay, when it comes to his numbers. All right, let's break it down. So 0 to 20, in his first game of the year, he gets a goal, a power play goal. It was the first game of the year he actually got that. So then in game number 3, he scores again, regular strength. 10, scores again, and number 11 scores again. Number 14 scores 1 again. And in 17, 1 again. So far in the season, he's got 6 goals in 17 games. We're probably at this point as fans, we're happy. We're happy with this output because we're thinking, my goodness, Tage Thompson could get like a 25-goal season the way he's starting. So he's got 6 in 17 games. Then in game number 18, he scores 2. And in game 20, he scores 2 again. He gets 1 power play goal here in game 18 and 1 power play goal in the first game of the season. So he's got 2 power play goals. After 20 games, he's got 10 goals. Very, very good start to the season. And 2 of them are power play goals, but still, very good start to the season. He's averaging a 40-goal season here so far. Here's where it breaks down a bit. Games 21 to 40, he only scores in 2 games in those 20 games. And here he scored 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times in that 20. I might as well mark that down here. So he scores 8 times here and twice here. In those 2 games, in game number 31, he scores 2 goals. And game number 38, he scores 2 goals again. Both of those are a power play. So he gets 2 even strength goals in 20 games, all in one night. That was it. So things look like, it's starting to look like here was a bit of a fluke in these 8 games, what he did with the 10 goals. But as we know later on. So here, again, 4 goals in 20 games. That's his worst output of the season, was right here. And the 21 to 40 span for him was the worst. All right, let's go on now to 41 to 60. In game number 43, and also I should mention, he had one game where he scored a goal in like an 18-game span. From game 21 to 38, he only had game number 31 where he scored. So he hit a slump. He did hit a slump. All right, so power play goal in game number 43 starts him back, I guess you could say, because at this point, he's got 4 goals in his last 23 games going into this game. And he finally puts it together again. So, okay, power play goal in game number 43, shorthanded goal in game number 44, hat trick in game number 46, as we recall. Game number 47, scores a goal. Game number 49, scores a power play goal. And game 50 and 51, scores again. It's getting consistent here. That's like 4 goals in 5 games now. And then shorthanded goal in game number 56, because if you notice, he hit a bit of a slump here. A bit of a slump, 52, 53, 54, 55, 4 straight games, nothing. And in game 56, he scores a shorty. Then game 58 scores again and closes out that 20 with a 2-goal game in game number 60. So in this, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. He scores in 10 of the 20 games in that bunch. So 10 out of 20, I might as well mark it. 2 out of 20 here. 8 out of 20 here. And this will go to the final side of the board here. All right, so game 61 to 78, of course, we're looking at 18 games now, okay? Power play goal in game number 63. Game number 65, he scores twice. Game number 66, a power play goal again. Game number 68, score. Game number 71, power play goal. Game number 73, power play goal. Game number 74, 2 even strength goals. Game number 76, score. Game number 78, score. So he scored in out of 18 games, he scored 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Very consistent down the stretch, guys. 9 out of 18, 10 out of 20. This is what I was talking about when I'm talking about him getting 40 goals for a long time with this contract, is because I'm looking at these numbers too. I'm looking at 19 of the last 38 games he scored. He only scored in 10 of the first 40 games till he kind of came of age here. I don't think this is any fluke. I really don't. All right, let's go on to here. Let me make sure I don't trip on this. I'm not using my regular wire tonight. I'm using the emergency one, so I'm wired instead of wireless. 0 to 20, he scores 10. 21 to 40, he only scores 4. 41 to 60, he scores 13. 61 to 78, he scores another 11. So we'll break down a few other numbers, guys, because this is kind of fun to look at for me. It is. Okay. 14 goals the first 40 games. We just went over that. 24 the last 38. So he's on a 50-goal pace his last 38 games for sure. Even strength, he scored 26 goals last year. On the power play, he scored 10, and he scored 2 shorthanded goals. He scored in 29 of the 78 games he played in, which isn't bad. It's not bad. We're hoping that goes up to half. That would be just amazing. If he could score in half the games he plays, my goodness. That's guaranteed 40 goals, plus. So that would be a 50-goal season. If he could score in half his games this year, he'll get 50 goals this year. But he has to score in half. So the games where he doesn't get 2 goals, it offsets with the goals, adding up. Now, when he scores, we'll go to this in a second. When he scores, we're 17, 11, and 1. You would think we were better. You would think our record would be better than 17, 11, and 1. No, 17, 11, and 1. But, okay, when the team gelled together down the stretch, okay, since the Vegas game, when he scored, we were 10 and 2. We were actually 11, 2 and 0 in the last 13 games that he scored. So the games he scored before the game, before of the 29, the first 16, we were 6, 9, and 1 when he would score the first 16 games. You would. It's kind of weird, eh? You would think it's better, right? 6, 9, and 1. Yeah, the last 16. The first 16, we were 6, 9, and 1. The last 13, we were 11 and 2. I think that's going to continue a lot this season. 8 multi-goal games last year. 8. We were only 5, 3, and 0, which is kind of, for me, mind-boggling. It is. You would think we'd be 8 and 0, but no. When Tage has scored more than 1 goal, we're only 5 and 3 last year. So it says a lot about our team. The guy that when he gets multi-goal games and we win all the time is Olofsson. Olofsson, for some reason, everything just clicks and we win those games. Because Olofsson usually will score important goals when it's needed in a game. Now, breaking down a little bit more here, and we'll just close out the video. In his 38 goals, Skinner assisted 18 times. So less than 50% of the time, Skinner was in on his goals. Tuck, 11 out of the 38. But Tuck came in after Olofsson. You got to remember, Olofsson, right? I mean, they kind of played duty here on the line with Skinner and Tage. But Tuck did assist on 11 of his 38 goals. And I will say Tuck assisted on his 20th goal. And he assisted on his 30th goal. And it was only Tuck that assisted. There was no other assists. He just had the primary assist. And he set up Tage for his 20th and 30th goal of the season. It's something I didn't mark on the board. But I did the research. Dahlin assisted on 9 of the 38 goals that he scored on. And Olofsson 6 of the 38. But to Olofsson's defense, don't forget, we were putting him on different lines after. And Olofsson did assist on 5 of his first 10 goals of the season, But Granada wanted to mix it up. He wanted to try Tuck, of course. And, when you got a lot of studs, you're allowed to play with it, which we did. So that's it. If there's anything I've forgotten, it wasn't really worth mentioning. I just wanted to break down. I was going to break down the video, guys, with who assisted on every single goal. I don't want to put you to sleep. There's no point in doing that. I figured breaking it down this way is the way to look at it. We want to see numbers, and we want to see production, and we want to know why. Are we giving this guy $50 million? Well, I would say mostly this right here, these two columns here, guys. You know, he scored in 19 of his last 38 games and 24 goals in those 19 games. So he had 5 multi-goal games, or 4? I'm guessing 4 because of the hat trick, right? 2. Yeah, 4, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4 multi-goal games there and 4 here. But, you know, it's bizarre when you look at this and this, how he just came of age in the second half. It really is. So is Tage worth the money? No clue. We're gonna find out soon. We'll find out soon. But this is one of those contracts, guys, I'm not second guessing. I'm more excited about it than anything because I didn't see Tage coming years ago either. I just couldn't understand why Kruger had this deep love for Tage Thompson and kept putting him on the first line. It makes a little sense now, even though it was Kruger. You know, it makes a little sense now. I just should have put him maybe at center. Once he settled in at center, this happened. That happened. All right, guys, that's it for tonight. I'm just doing one video tonight. I will see you guys tomorrow and on the weekend. See you then.